Hello students, once again welcome back to our biology class. Myself Dr. Ravindra here. Fine, in the earlier class we studied about a variety of features of the mammals that includes the spiny anteater as well as the duck-billed platypus we discussed, and also we discussed about the kangaroo, we discussed about the even regarding the bat also. Fine. So in today's class, yes, we will be discussing about the aquatic mammals and then overall general features of the mammalian features. Well, so when we talk about mammals do survive and dominate in the water, yes, it is surprising, but it is a true factor. Yes, you know very well the example includes the mainly the whale. So looking into mainly the whale, so whales and dolphins, they belong to the order Cetacea, we call them. So the aquatic mammal such as, let me mention, Balanoptera, yes, Balanoptera. It is also called as mainly the blue whale. So the blue whale, the largest mammal we can say. What are the important features this blue whale exhibit? So the body is like a fish only. What we observe, yes, the body is like a fish only, and then yes, they do have what we can say mainly the structure, yes, as such the fish-like structure. They exhibit, we call it as mainly the caudal fin. Caudal fin is also called as mainly the fluke, right? They do have what we say mainly the dorsal fin, and yes, they do exhibit the presence of pectoral fins. Yes, they are the modified forelimbs. Pectoral fin we find, and they do have the blowhole. Blowhole is also called as a nostril, and here we can find the presence of the eye. So we find, yes, its buccal cavity is large enough, and these are mainly the whale. So the whale as such exhibit mainly it's a dark color upside and the gray or white color. So here what you are observing mainly the dolphin, sorry, the whale. So whale as such, the mouth we find, and then the eye, yes, here, and then the single nostril also called as a blowhole. So here with this like a fountain, it exudes the water, and then here we can find mainly, so this is it's what we say the four limb modified as pectoral fin, and we find a dorsal fin. So now here what you are observing mainly, so here you are observing the structure as such. So the structure as such mainly, I hope the point is very clear now. The whale are the largest mammal, and they are aquatic, and then their mouth in the one end, they do have the anus, yes, as well as genitalia in the other end, and the tail, in fact here we call it as mainly the caudal fin. So this is also called as the caudal fin, what it is known as mainly the tail fin. Caudal fin, yes. It is also referred as the fluke. So we can find over here it's mainly genitalia, yes, as well as its anus. Genitalia, its anus is separate again. So the pectoral fin, it is a modified forelimb, hind limbs are degenerated, it has the mouth, single nostril, and the only thing is among these mammals, yes, they do have the mammary gland, but they don't have any other sweat gland, no hairs also, no external ear pin also they don't have. So these are mainly the large mammal. large aquatic mammal. Okay, so this is about what you are observing, mainly the whale as such. So dorsal fin, they have the mainly the forelimb modified into pectoral fin, then genitalia is separate and anus is separate, mouth, and they do have the eye. Okay, eyes are there, yes, single eye I am mentioning here, caudal fin or the fluke. So this is about the Balanoptera mainly. The other one is the dolphin. So dolphin appear to be different than that of the whale because of its smaller body size. Dolphin. So how the dolphin appears? Dolphin has the very narrow beak-like structure. Yes, dolphin have narrow beak-like structure. The jaws are modified like that, and then dolphin body as such. So they do have mainly the dorsal fin. Dolphin have dorsal fin, and then there also, yes, they exhibit the presence of their pectoral fin, and then the dolphins as such, they are the most intelligent mammals. Mainly they can be trained well, and dolphins also exhibit the presence of the fluke. Okay, so here we can find mainly they do have the blowhole, and they do have what we can say that the eye, and the same kind of yes, we can say that pectoral fin, and then yes, the snout, narrow snout or beak like structure, eye, then the blowhole. Okay, pectoral fin, sorry, dorsal fin, yes, what they exhibit here, the tail fin, or we call it as a caudal fin, they do have. So here, when you look into these aquatic mammals, they belong to the order Cetacea. And the aquatic mammals, yes, definitely, what we can say, they have, okay, no ear pinna, okay, no hairs, okay, and then no skin glands, but possess mammary glands. Yes, these are viviparous, means they give birth to their young one. These are the viviparous. They give birth to the young one. Give birth to young one. And then they also exhibit a most important and evident character. What is that? They exhibit what we can say echolocation. Echolocation by producing ultrasonic sound. Yes. So these are few important peculiarity of the mammals or aquatic mammals as such. So they do have the dark side here. Okay. Yes, they do have the dark side this edge, and then single nostril or blowhole what they have. Okay. So these are few important or peculiarities of the aquatic mammals such as dolphin as well as the whale what you are observing. Let me just once again give you the importance or important idea. So when you talk about the whale as such, these are the large mammals on the earth itself, and then they are also the largest mammals in the water, and then they are the cetaceans. They are the mainly adapted for the aquatic life, and they don't have any skin glands, they don't have the body hairs, they don't have external ear pinna, but they have the mammary glands. They are the placental mammal, they give birth to their young one. Then in the water, how actually they nourish their young one? In the water, yes, mainly whenever the dolphin or the whale they are pregnant at the time of gestation, we say mammary glands become enlarged. And mainly in case of the dolphins, yes, when it is pregnant, it start producing the milk. So the dolphins can nourish the older calves when they are pregnant. When they deliver, yes, they will take care of the young one. So in case of the whale, generally the teats or the milk glands, they are inside. In fact, they are hidden usually, but once they deliver, they will be highly functional. They, as such, these mainly whales don't have the lips to suck the milk. So what they do, their mammary gland somewhere in the abdominal region here, and the young one keep on moving around the mother, and the mother will release the milk or inject the milk directly into the mouth of the calf of the whale. So the whales are the peculiar kind of mammals. Their forelimb modified into mainly pectoral fins. Hind limbs are totally degenerated, and the tail, yes, what we can find here, the caudal fin, and that has a branched we can structure, we also call it the mainly fluke. And then they do have the dorsal fin that helps in changing their direction or moving properly, and single nostril they have, what we can say, the blowhole. So mammals being very peculiar, how much deep also they go inside the water, but they will come to the surface because they are the mammal. They need the lung respiration, they need the oxygen. So always they come to the surface to take the oxygen. Once they blow out, yes, along with the water, the air will come out like a fountain. Yes, what we can say, that is the nostril, single nostril. And then, so mainly the whales also have a peculiar pattern of social communication. Yes, they also may be using the echolocation. And in case of the dolphin, yes, dolphins also very clever kind of aquatic mammals, and they can learn many more signals, and they can follow the instruction of the trainer. And their forelimbs are modified into pectoral fin. They do have the dorsal fin, they do have the blowhole, and then yes, you find the caudal fin well modified, no body hairs, no any what you can say, ear pinna, no skin glands, but they have the mammary gland. So with these, yes, we can say that they are the active mammals, mainly the mammals dominated inside the water, we can say. Fine. So thus looking into the peculiar features, yes, largest mammal, largest aquatic mammal, no ear pinna, no hairs, no skin glands, but possess mammary glands. And then they are viviparous, means they give birth to the young one. They are the placental mammals. They are having echolocation. All these make them very special as such. So thus we are done with the discussion related with the typical examples of variety of mammals. So let us go ahead into the general characteristics of the mammals, and then certain special features of the mammals we will discuss, and we will finish up this concept. Well, so here let us go ahead with the class Mammalia, general characters. Fine. So these are a few important points what we have discussed. You might have been heard or not, but definitely these, what we can say, the whales and dolphins, they nourish their young one by the milk. Fine. And so looking into peculiar characters, yes, mammals as such, they are adapted for variety of climatic conditions. They can be seen everywhere in the nature. So they are adapted for aquatic, terrestrial, okay, arboreal mode of life. They can be seen in, we can say that, yes, in the cold polar region. So polar bear, we can call them, yes. So we can find mainly the seals also, okay. Then walrus, sea lions, we call them. Variety of mammals, yes, we can find it. So let us go ahead one by one. General characters. So number one, habitat. Habitat. Mammals are well adapted well adapted for aquatic, terrestrial and arboreal, means those live on the tree, arboreal life. Okay, so this is the first point you need to remember. Yes, where else we can find the mammals? We can find, yes, so we can find the mammals in, we can find mammals in polar region, desert, okay, so forest, they are burrowing, okay, they can be found, seen in dark caves also, they can be seen in the dark caves also. This is about their habitat. No, in second, yes, habit by nature, habit, usually they are tetrapedal, okay, so body modified, well for different mode of life, okay, well, so we can say that they can be single, they can be gregarious also, they can be, we can say that mammals are, they are herbivores, carnivores, okay, they can be, we can say that frugivores, they can be sanguivores, they can be, what we can say that scavengers also, scavengers, the one which eat the dead decaying animal matter such as hyenas, okay, they can be scavengers also. So these are the mainly certain kind of animals, yes, they eat the fecal matter of the others also, such as the swine or the pig, so they can be, what we can say that coprophages, we can say that, so that kind of mainly nutrition is very much seen rarely in fact. So habit as such usually tetrapedal, body modified well for a different mode of life, they are herbivores, carnivores, frugivores, sanguivores and scavengers also. So looking into mainly regarding their third important point, that is what we say body wall. So when we talk about the third important point, definitely body wall. Body wall, yes, they are triploblastic. Triploblastic. What can be the body wall modifications? Yes. So we call it as the exoskeleton also. Fine. So when we talk about exoskeleton, what exoskeleton includes? That includes the nails, what we have, then claws, that may have the scales, that may have the spur, okay, and exoskeleton also includes the horns, then hooves, okay, then yes, they do have lots of hairs, and yes, so nails, claws, then spur, and then horns, hooves, hairs. Even we can find the presence of beaks, and even modified as fins, flukes. So these are different kind of modifications of the body wall, what you can see here, okay. So when you talk about exoskeleton, yes, you can find mainly the horns in the animal, you can find the hairs, you can find the hooves, you can find the claws, okay, you can find the nails, okay, you can find the scales. So there are lots of exoskeletal modifications. So these are the mainly what we can say. Body wall also again the skin with the various kind of glands. So skin possess glands. What are those glands? It can be the sweat gland, it can be sebaceous gland, it can be the milk gland. Okay, so sweat gland, sebaceous gland, milk gland, variety of, yes, you can find the presence of the glands in case of mainly the mammals. Yes, they do have, we can say that sebaceous refers to be the oil gland, sweat refers to be the mainly. They are meant for the excretion, but milk glands are mainly meant for nourishing the young one. So, skin possesses not only these exoskeletal structures, but it also has a variety of what we can say mainly the gland structure. Fine. So, this is about exoskeleton as well as the skin. And then, skin is mainly covered with totally, yes, we can say that the hairs. And then, one more important point, yes, even the peculiarity of these mammals. So, mammals are they are called as mammals. They are mammals because of body hairs, mammary glands, and then other than that, but an ear pinna. So whatever the mammal you consider, yes, out of these three important features, at least one they will have. So aquatic mammals don't have ear pinna, don't have hairs, but they have the mammary glands. So with these, yes, we can say that exoskeleton definitely has variety of the features. So when we talk about what about mainly the endoskeleton, additional point here. Endoskeleton is a bony structure, and the skull is dicondylic. So the mammal can move their head only for about 180 degree, means 0 up to 180 like this, right? So we can't rotate our head like that of the bird 360 degree. Yes, we can't do that because our skull is the dicondylic, which permit only what we can say the 180 degree movement. Fine. So the skull is dicondylic, endoskeleton is a bony. Fine. So there are lots of, yes, modifications we can find. Number 4, let us go ahead with the body symmetry. Yes, definitely these animals exhibit bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry means the body can be divisible into right and left part. Bilateral symmetry we can find. Number 5, body cavity. Yes, what is the body cavity they exhibit? Body cavity, yes, they are the eucoelomates. Eucoelomates, or we call them as a true coelomates. So they have the body cavity, and that cavity found around the gut. Around the gut we find the liver, we find the kidney, we find the pancreas. Various kind of structures are well located around the gut only, and they are localized or located in the body cavity. That body cavity is called eucoelom or the true coelom. So this is about what we have discussed so far. Most important and very very common features as such. So habitat, yes, you need to remember they can be seen everywhere. They are adapted for the aquatic life. Best example, dolphin, whales, sea cows. Okay. So dugong we can call them, manatee we can call them, and then they can be terrestrial, yes. They may be the burrowing animals such as the moles or the shrews, yes, they are burrowing. Even they can be again arboreal, monkeys, chimpanzees, baboons. They can be, yes, nocturnal, they can be diurnal also. Yes, one more important point I have to mention here. Yes, as such they are well adapted for the arboreal life. They can be Nocturnal. Nocturnal means what? Active in the night, nocturnal, or they can be diurnal. Diurnal means active in the daytime. And then we can find the mammals in the polar region, yes, mainly in the cold condition, yes, we can find in the freezing ice, we can find that may be the polar bear, that may be the seals, that may be the walrus. Then they can be seen in the desert, it may be the camel, right? So we can find certain animals such as llama also. They can be found in the forest, yes, lion, cheetah, tiger, deer, rhinoceros, elephant, all they are found in the forest. Burrowing animals mainly, shrews, moles, anteaters, they are all burrowing. And then they are mainly seen in the dark caves as such, mainly the bats can be seen in the dark caves. So this is about their mainly the habitat as such. Looking into the habit, usually tetrapedal, but in case of mainly the whales and dolphins, they don't have the four leg, whatever they have the two leg, which are modified into the paddle like pectoral fin meant for the swimming. Body modified well for the different mode of life. They are herbivores as well as carnivores. There are frugivores, fruit eaters, they are sanguivores, they can be scavengers also. They are maybe coprophages, which are dung eaters, we can say. So, there is one more essential thing before we discuss about the other points. Basic information it is as such. What is the basic difference between carnivores and herbivores? Let me tell you, carnivore eyes are front. Carnivores have the canine teeth. Carnivores have the claws to grab the prey. So these are what we can say, the carnivores have only 180-degree visual ability like us. And then, so they can be the fast runners, they can be hunting their prey and killing them. But herbivores also developed certain adaptations to escape from the carnivores. How? So herbivores have right side as well as left side eye. So they can just keep moving and they can have 360-degree visual ability. Herbivores have the ear pinna long enough, whereas the carnivores don't have that much of long ear pinna. So herbivores can perceive a small vibration also very well. And then the herbivores have the hooves, okay, the very hard digits are fused and hooves, they can run very fast regardless of the base, whether it is a thorn or stone, whether whatever the condition, they don't bother, they can run faster. They have the horns for their defense. So number of adaptations, and do they have lots of thick skin or fur also. These all make them to survive well in the forest condition. Herbivores and carnivores, they have these kind of differences and they adapted for their different mode of life. So that is about the herbivore and carnivore what we have discussed. When we talk about mainly the body wall, yes, they are the triploblastic animals because they do have the endoderm, ectoderm, mesoderm. And then exoskeleton, in case of the, just consider the lion or the cheetah, yes, what they have, the exoskeleton, they have the hair, they have the claws, okay. So the presence of the claws help them to mainly, yes, hunt. But when you consider mainly the herbivore, they have the hooves, they have the horns for their own self-defense, okay. And then, yes, mainly in case of such as the aquatic mammal, their exoskeleton is mainly like a dorsal fin, tail fin, they do have the pectoral fin. And in case of egg-laying mammal, yes, they have what we can say beak-like structure. They do have the what we can say claws. And even, yes, we can find one more important thing. Yes, they do have developed the foot web. Foot web also one of the important exoskeletal structure. But the skin is having definitely the glands. They can be the sweat gland, sebaceous gland and milk gland. So milk gland is also modified, we can say that sweat gland only. They are the mammals because of the body hairs, mammary glands and ear pinna. Out of these three, one character definitely will be there in all the mammal. And then endoskeleton bony, skull is dicondylic. So body symmetry, bilateral symmetry, body cavity is a true cavity or true coelom. So these are all the important points, yes, we have discussed. Fine. So In the next class, yes, we will be go into the depth regarding their internal structure. There are lots of diversity do exist in their sensory structures also. Their mode of reproduction also they exhibit lots of diversity that we will discuss in the next class. Till then, take care, study well. Thank you very much.